For the last section of this essay, which is section number 6, you're going to write a conclusion. Now, this conclusion is going to use, what you've always used when you've written a conclusion, and that is a summary of the essay through reflection. In other words, you're reflecting on your major points. You're reflecting on why you got involved with this in the first place. And that is going to be the answer to your research question. You had a question at the beginning of this process that you wanted answered. And that is your open-ended question, which starts with the words why, how, or what. And you're going to answer that question to open up the conclusion paragraph. You should open with words that demonstrate that we're at the conclusion, a good transition word. So that could be, the research seems to conclude, or in the end, the research concludes, or something along those lines. I don't have to tell you how to write a conclusion transition, because we worked on that actually in the annotated bibliography unit, and you worked on it in your previous writing, right? So you know how to write a conclusion sentence or a conclusion transition to close out an essay. Your goal for this one, though, is for you to try to answer your research question and have that conclusion transition. So in the end, the research seems to suggest that, and that's going to be the way that you start it, and you're going to connect then your research question, and you're going to provide what I call a hypothesis for it. Hypothesis is something assumed for the purpose of argument. And so not saying that you've done thorough research on your right for cause topic and you're ready to go with it. What you're saying is that based upon the preliminary research that you've done, based upon looking at the concessions and assertions, the major points that you've proven in this essay, you can guess then that this should be the outcome of your right for cause topic. And your goal then is to show not just that this is a preliminary answer to the question, which is a common ground assertion, then you also want to make sure that you are supporting that in some sort of way. And that support is going to show the higher interests or the goals or the benefits achieved through whatever it is your hypothesis is, right? And so you have now guided your reader from a very engaging introductory statement, various points of view about the topic, an engaging research question. You've given them historical context to understand exactly how this problem came to be and all the people that were involved. You talked about, those who don't agree with you or those who've been doing it a certain way, and this is their belief system. This is why. You've talked about why things need to change point by point with those who disagree with you. You've come up with common ground, places of intersection between both sides. Here in the conclusion, you want to show the benefits that could be achieved from the higher ground. From the common ground that you have established with those who don't agree with you. And this takes your Rogerian Research Proposal argument to another level, because you're not just saying that I have adequately researched this, you're saying this is a legitimate way to approach it. And then in the last part of it, you want to discuss how this can be researched further and the implications of your topic and the types of actions that are needed in order for your topic to progress, right? So you have 3 major goals in the conclusion paragraph. You want to make sure that you are thinking of a remedy for the problem as you consider both sides of the argument and how this middle ground can elevate the topic into a higher place. All right. And that's it. As you close your essay, you want to try to leave an impression on your reader. So you want to give them something to dream about. So maybe paint a picture of a world where either the common ground moves the whole world higher in their thought process on your topic, or if there's something that your point of view leans toward that maybe those who didn't agree with you didn't necessarily fully explain, because there are no good explanations for it. That's how you can now talk about how your solution helps to remedy the problem, even though their efforts have been valiant up until this point. There are multiple ways to approach a middle ground argument when you're wanting to make sure that you have demonstrated to your audience that you've adequately researched something and that you have an open mind and that you've thought about both points of view. So you have to think about how you want to close out your paper, but whatever happens, I can't wait to read it. All right, thank you so much for going through this journey for this essay with me. I can't wait to see you for the next essay. See you later.